Hello, this is Kathryn and I'm, Elevated Consciousness Coach, 5D Visionary, and Conscious Creatrix. This is the weekly energy check-in for the week of November 24th, 2019. So this week is a really interesting time for us as yes, we are drawing even closer to the closing out of 2019 and the closing out of a decade. And as I mentioned in last week's weekly energy check-in, this is a time to pull back into self and to find that stillness, to find that quiet, and do a little bit of introspection, some inner inventory, some cataloging of your experiences of this year. What worked, what didn't work. It's time to call the herd of, let's just say, random thoughts and emotions that are not aligned with your greatest vision that you hold for yourself. And it's time to consider what can be purged from your reality, what you can make peace with, what kind of karma you can clear, what kind of positive adjustments that you can make in your life right now to close out this calendar year, this decade, with a sense of satisfaction, with a sense of self-acceptance, and definitely self-love for exactly where you at, because you're exactly where you need to be at right now. This is not a race. There are no points given for being so far down the spiritual awakening path or getting all the things done. A lot of us feel the pull, as I mentioned last week, to get all the things done, to do all the things, to say yes to everything. That's not necessarily in our highest and best interest. And when we spread ourselves too thin, we tend to not give the highest and best of ourselves to all the people around us, to all situations and events that we would partake in. And this can build resentment within us. So this is a time to slow down. And in this time where we have this kind of container of doing an inner inventory of our lives, our feelings, our beliefs even, whatever beliefs we're holding, good or bad, it might be a time to reevaluate, kind of shift perception a little bit, and take a look at you from outside of you. And this is a wonderful time to do this because this week we have a lot of galactic activity. There's a lot of galactic portal opening happening right now. We have some galactic explosions that are kind of rippling through time and space and coming into our time-space field here on planet Earth, and it is starting to affect us. It can feel like a pretty heavy dose of kinetic energy, that kind of energy where we feel like we've had too much coffee and we've got the jitters, and maybe we've had no coffee at all, but we feel like a race to get something done, or we just feel this kind of almost angry kind of push or welling up of energy that is looking for an outlet. This is something that is happening as a result of a lot of galactic activity. There's a lot of galactic portal opening happening. There is, as kind of the normal these days, an upshot in the Schumann resonance, the resonance of Mother Earth. The electromagnetic field of Mother Earth is also making us feel this kind of surge in our kinetic energy, our kinetic potential in our bodies, essentially being unleashed at kind of an uncomfortable rate, because just as I've mentioned before, it can be uncomfortable to bring in, let's just say, a lot of cosmic codes and bring that into your body. Integrating that much high light frequency at once can feel like taking the energy of Niagara Falls and putting it into a shot glass. Well, the reverse can happen when we feel like we are releasing a whole bunch of pent-up kinetic potential at one time. That can also take a toll on the physical body and the mind as we release. So this is a time to understand that you can work with all this galactic activity with the Galactic Chakra. This is the mind over matter chakra. This is also a portal of prophecy. It makes up an energy field that connects the human sphere of influence to the supernatural. Shamans use this chakra's dimension to produce magic and to influence the physical with supernatural powers. This chakra emphasizes the mind as a powerful tool to shape matter. This is, if you were to see the Galactic Chakra or tune into it, a lot of people see violet and gold and silver as we tune into this portal. So if you were thinking of, let's just say your crown chakra, above that would be the soul star, and above that would be the Galactic Chakra. And all three of those kind of overlap each other a little bit. This is considered a channel of prophecy, the Galactic Chakra. It doesn't really, this is a good way to describe that the Galactic Chakra is above your crown chakra. It's part of the stellar gateway, which comprises a series of transpersonal chakras above the crown. But it doesn't really need to be located, and you don't want to get too hung up on it being located in space-time, because it really doesn't. But you can imagine, let's just say the galactic sun. There's a lot of galactic sun activity, which is our great central sun. This is like the spiritual sun behind our sun. But again, don't get caught up on its actual location. But this is kind of a way to think about it is our solar system revolves around a galactic center, which, like our solar system, revolves around a sun. And so you can think of this as the sun behind the sun. But this chakra connects us to higher angelic forces, to masters of light, and one particular archangel that I'm going to mention in just a second that you may want to work with at this very powerful time when we have a lot of galactic activity, when you can move into galactic time, which is beyond the 3D time space, time matrix. And it is a time to work with karma and to clear karma and to work with this galactic chakra, which is pretty much wide open and ready for you to play with right now. And when this chakra is activated, it allows for advanced spiritual skills, the ability to travel beyond the limits of space and time, teleportation, bilocation, instant manifestation. So you can probably tell it's a really, really fun chakra to work with. And from here, you are able to reach anywhere in the realms of creation to communicate with the highest vibrational light beings, ascended masters, the Great Brotherhood, also known as the Council of Light Beings. And you're able to bring so much healing, so much insight, that inner inventory that I was talking about. You're able to glean so much information from just directing your information from that kind of God force observer of self, and look inside you for insight, so you can grow and you can access information from the highest realms of this galactic portal, this galactic chakra, because it's like a kind of instant stream of communication, and kind of beam that into your present existence as insight, as wisdom, as healing, as guidance. Activating this chakra within yourself also brings balance to humanity. Whenever you're working with the transpersonal chakras, or any chakra really, you are rippling out as you being a transmitter, as you being someone who is a conduit for the force of the entire cosmos to flow through you. You transmit and you receive energy through the portals of the chakras. The galactic chakra is no different. And with this being hyper activated and kind of in hyperdrive right now as far as the activation level of this particular chakra, you can do some healing energy on the earth. You can bless the grids, the ley lines of planet Earth, and any human or sentient being on the earth. Give them blessings, send them light for growth and their highest path to be realized. When you are in this super galactic center, when you are working with the galactic chakra, it's kind of the womb of the whole universe. It's here that the goddess, who is mother, resides. And through activating this chakra and connecting with the goddess energies, you become one with the mother, the great mother, the mother creatrix, essentially becoming a stargate yourself. And that really enables peace and balance to work through you, because you are a filter, a conduit for the entire energy of the cosmos to flow through you, within you, and without you, and to enter into the rest of humanity through that ripple effect. So this is a portal, the galactic chakra, that is governed by Archangel Jeremiel. And And if you're not familiar with Archangel Jeremiel, he oversees the delivery of prophecies. He is the one we call on when we are doing a life review. So in addition to being an archangel of prophetic visions, Jeremiel helps newly crossed over souls review their lives, but it's also a service that he helps the living with too. So if you would like to take an inventory of your life, there isn't a better time to do that, or even to take an inventory of this year. There isn't a better time to do that than right now, when we are kind of beaming our attention inward on our inner journey, taking a look at how our inner technology is functioning. Is it working for us, or is it working against us? Is our own intelligence working against us? You can do a review on how this might have been or has been on a trajectory this year, and how to turn this around. He can also help you make positive adjustments to clear karma when you call upon him. And all you have to do, you don't have to go through any fancy, sophisticated ritual or ceremony. Just go to your place of stillness, connect with your higher self, ground your energy deep in the earth as you do this as well, and call upon Archangel Jeremiel. He will help you fearlessly assess your history. I know sometimes when you hear life review, it's like I can almost hear your collective groans when I say that. But sometimes we have this, anxiety about it, because we feel like there's something I don't want to see. And if there is something I see, it's like I can't unsee it. And we give ourselves a lot of undue anxiety and tension when we think about doing a life review, when really it can be such an incredible breath of fresh air. And we can really, with the help of Archangel Jeremiel, fearlessly assess our history and learn from our prior experiences, so that we can feel even stronger, feel more empowered to make better choices with a lot more discernment, with choices that are more centered in love and aligned with our future vision, our highest ideal and expression of self that we hope to uphold soon. And he also helps with clairvoyance if you're trying to either develop your clairvoyance to a greater degree. He's the one to call on, because he will help with prophetic visions, but specifically with clairvoyance. Or if you're not clairvoyant at all and you would like assistance with that, again, Jeremiel is great to call upon. Again, with the life reviews, making life changes, he's your guy. Psychic dreams, including their interpretations. If you have recurring dreams, psychic dreams, maybe even lucid dreams where you have a hard time interpreting what that means for you, like the deeper message just feels lost on you, or you're losing that deeper subconscious kind of subtext that can really kind of lead you to your next level of awakening. Again, he's your man. Call upon Jeremiel, or he's your angel, I should say. But he can really help us with life review while we're in our physical bodies still, and doing life reviews at various times. You don't have to just wait until the end of the calendar year to do it. Anytime you want to gain clarity and understanding of your path, Archangel Jeremiel will help you with that. And this is a time where, and this week especially, we're in a really potent portal right now for doing inner inventory, life review. We're seeing the bigger picture on a grander scale than maybe we've been privy to before. Some of the lessons that we are asking to experience, or some of the experiences that we are asking to have here on the earth plane, can sometimes be right in front of our faces, and we're just kind of missing that right choice or that right decision. Again, Jeremiel can help you with that. Your higher self can also help you with that, depending on how tuned in you are to that aspect of you. This is a time to really free ourselves from karmic cycles. One of the things that I talk about in my Timelines Expanded Masterclass is culmination timelines. Many of us feel as though we are a different person now than we were, let's just say, at the beginning of 2019. Or we feel like we are going through rapidly, cycling through, closing out experiences, purging things, closing out relationships, closing out situations or events that have kind of been hanging around for a long time. And the energy felt, irksome or pesky. And now it's like, it's just going away. We're cycling through things very, very quickly, and it can sometimes feel a little overwhelming. But this is karmic cycles wrapping up. This is, if you're in a culmination timeline, like many of us are, your entire history of 3D being wrapped up in this lifetime. Sometimes we feel like a lot of it's being wrapped up this year, particularly in the last 4, 5, or 6 months. So it is really imperative to understand that it is your free will choice to clear karma. Whenever you decide to do that, whenever you decide to act on that, you can mark karma that you may hold with another, that you're holding with an oath or agreement or vow or contract. You can mark that null and void, downloaded and complete. That is your free will choice to do so. Remember, as we ascend and move into fifth dimensional reality, karma has no vibration. Karma has no frequency in 5D. Those contracts, agreements that would keep us in a place especially of self-negation, self-denial, there is no frequency that holds that. You literally cannot take your karma with you into 5D. Why not start clearing it up now? And certainly this week, and by doing a life review, you're better able to not only make conscious choices as to where you want to go next, but you're also opening up to the idea that you are not a victim of your circumstance. You can change where you're headed. You can change it at any time. And Archangel Jeremiel reminds you of that when you work with him, that you always have a choice, that you are always sovereign. You are always at the helm of your ship. However, we always feel like, we've got our backs to a wall, or a lot of times we feel that way, and we feel we have to respond or react in a certain way because we feel we don't have a choice. This is you playing the victim. This also has no place in 5D. That vibration of victimhood is not upheld in 5D. There's no frequency that matches it. So this is a great time for this very healing, very enlightening and enlivening experience. It may feel like drudge work at first, but I guarantee you when you get on the other side of declaring that karma null and void, downloaded and complete, declaring those contracts, those vows, agreements that you feel like you're still holding on to with yourself or another person or a certain timeline, maybe a lifetime, you can call that complete. You can mark it so. It is up to you to be able to do that. You are sovereign. You are operating in the 3D time matrix with free will. So you can ask Archangel Jeremiel to help you see the lesson from the cycle of karma that you've been holding. Maybe you haven't been willing to look at it. And you say, I can't see it. I can't see my karma. Well, maybe you haven't really wanted to see it. So you can ask Archangel Jeremiel to help you feel like it's okay to see it. You can say, it doesn't have to hurt for me to move through this karma. And you can ask him, Jeremiel, does this have to hurt? In order to close this out and purge this and be done with this cycle, does it have to hurt? Does it have to be uncomfortable? Can't I do this? Or can I do this, please? With some grace and ease. You can. It's just that we often forget to ask for that. You don't have to be caught up in the density of everything you're going through. So when you open and awaken this chakra portal this week, and I hope you'll play with the Galactic Chakra, call on Archangel Jeremiel to help you recognize the greater scope of the karma that you're holding and how to end the cycle. And you will access information on what it is. And it could be, during a your waking day, your waking life of your day. It could be a lucid dream. It could be something you hear when you're listening to the radio. It could be something you overhear in a conversation. It could be a conversation you're having with a friend. You could just have that aha moment where that information streams right through. Also be aware that when doing a life review, you may come up against things where you say, you know what? I don't want to end this cycle. I'm not ready to close that out yet. That's okay too. There's nothing wrong. You may choose to stay in your karma for any number of reasons. You're too afraid of the shift. Your life will fall apart. You don't want to change your life. You don't want to blow it up. You don't want to lose your friends or lose people. All of that is okay. Okay? There's no judgment here. If you feel like you will lose so many aspects of your life that are familiar by closing something out, be okay with saying, I'm not ready to do this right now, because it could change in a week where you decide to do it, or it could change, in February of 2020 where you'd be like, you know what? I'm not going to judge it. If I don't want to get rid of it right now, I'm not going to judge it. I'm not going to judge me. I'm going to forgive myself and accept myself and love myself anyway. But understand that, yes, choosing to stay in the cycle of karma is not a choice that is in alignment with the ascension of the new earth. The choice to stay stuck in karma forever, it's okay to stay stuck in it now, but, be willing to open yourself up to the idea that, if you decide to stay stuck in the karma that's aligned with 3D, it does not have a matching vibration in 5D. You can't take your karma with you. So just say, okay, I'm a work in progress. I'm not ready to do this now, but it's next on my list of things to do. It's literally on my bucket list for leaving 3D. So I hope that this information was helpful for you this week. And I want to send you so much love and light as your relatives start to show up, or as you start to go and visit with your friends and family, that you stay in your power, that you have a sense of clarity and presence with everyone that you interact with. And if you have difficult family or friends that you interact with in this Thanksgiving week here in North America, you can just say, bless these people, I'm sending them their heaven on earth. Their heaven on earth doesn't have to be my heaven on earth. And so blessings and love and peace to you all. Have a beautiful week, and I will talk to you all soon.